Today, we are going to introduce you the ASUS TUF Dash 15 gaming laptop. Don't be misled by the name of this laptop. It's not just for playing games. This laptop has a super strong brain, or CPU, and a powerful graphics card, or GPU, which means it can run programs super fast and handle different tasks at once. It's perfect for making videos, creating 3D models, and even virtual reality. So, let us explore together the features of this laptop. This laptop is powered by the 12th Gen Core i7-12650H processor that was released by Intel in January of 2022. This 12th generation Intel Core processor runs the i7 performance tier. i7 signifies that the processor is a high-performance model aimed at demanding and multi-threading applications like gaming, video editing, and 3D rendering. This processor comes with 10 cores and 16 threads. Utilizing Intel's hyper-threading feature, the processor cores can handle up to 16 tasks simultaneously. Hyper-threading is a feature that allows a single core to handle multiple threads simultaneously, which can improve the overall system performance in multi-threaded applications. Out of 10 cores in this laptop's processor, 6 cores are proficiency cores, and 4 cores are efficiency cores. Performance cores are designed to deliver high levels of processing power when the computer is running demanding applications or performing complex tasks. These cores are optimized for speed and can operate at very high clock speeds to deliver maximum computing performance. Efficiency cores are designed to deliver lower levels of processing power when the computer is performing less demanding tasks, such as browsing the web or checking email. These cores are optimized for power efficiency, allowing the computer to conserve energy and extend its battery life when performing these less demanding tasks. Each of the 6 performance cores operates at the base clock speed of 2.3 GHz and up to 4.7 GHz when running on turbo frequency. Each of the 4 efficiency cores operates at the base clock speed of 1.7 GHz and 3.5 GHz when running on turbo frequency. The base clock speed of a processor refers to the minimum frequency at which the processor's cores are designed to operate. The base clock speed represents the speed at which the processor can execute basic instructions and perform tasks in a single core. Boosted clock speed and turbo frequency are terms used to describe the maximum frequency at which a processor's cores can operate under certain conditions. Boosted clock speed generally refers to the maximum frequency at which a processor's cores can operate when one or more cores are active. This frequency is higher than the base clock speed and is achieved through a technique called dynamic frequency scaling. Turbo frequency is a more advanced version of boosted clock speed. Turbo frequency refers to the maximum frequency at which a processor's cores can operate when specific performance criteria are met, such as workload, temperature, and power consumption. Turbo frequency is often used in processors with multiple cores, where some cores may be underutilized while others are working at maximum capacity. In these cases, the processor can allocate more power to the underutilized cores and increase their clock speed beyond the boosted clock speed. Turbo frequency is typically expressed as a range of frequencies, since different cores may have different maximum frequencies. As we have already said, along with 10 CPU cores, this laptop comes with 16 threads, allowing for true parallel computing. Parallel computing is a type of computing architecture where multiple processor cores work together to execute a task. The goal of parallel computing is to increase processing speed and efficiency by dividing a large task into smaller subtasks that can be solved simultaneously. In a processor, a core is a part of central processing unit that can execute instructions and perform operations. A thread is a sequence of instructions that can be executed independently and concurrently with other threads. Multiple threads can run simultaneously on a single core using a technique called multi-threading. In parallel computing, the roles of cores and threads are crucial. Each core can execute one or more threads simultaneously, allowing multiple tasks to be performed in parallel. By utilizing multiple cores, a processor can execute more threads simultaneously, resulting in faster and more efficient processing. Parallel computing is commonly used in applications such as scientific simulations, data analysis, and artificial intelligence. However, not all tasks can be effectively parallelized, as some tasks may require sequential processing or have dependencies between subtasks. Nonetheless, parallel computing has become increasingly important in modern computing and has enabled significant advances in fields such as machine learning, big data analytics, and scientific research. The i7-12650H processor includes Intel's Deep Learning Boost technology. DL Boost is used for machine learning, image recognition, and natural language processing. Intel's Deep Learning Boost technology offers 4 significant advantages that are critical for accelerating the processor workloads. The 4 advantages are enhanced performance, better accuracy, efficient use of resources, and flexibility. DL Boost enhances the performance of a processor because it can perform computation of complex neural networks much faster, resulting in quicker training and inference times. This results in better productivity and faster turnaround times for developers and users. With DL Boost, accuracy is improved by allowing models to be trained with higher precision. DL Boost offers support for 16-bit floating-point arithmetic and 8-bit integers, which can improve the accuracy of inference in certain cases. DL Boost allows for more efficient use of hardware resources such as CPU, memory, and power. DL Boost reduces the need for dedicated hardware accelerators, making it more cost-effective and scalable for deep learning applications. DL Boost is flexible to work with a wide range of deep learning frameworks, including TensorFlow, PyTorch, and Caffe. And this flexibility is what enables integration with a variety of applications and hardware. The i7-12650H processor includes Intel's Hardware Shield technology. Hardware Shield technology provides enhanced security features that protect the processor from various types of hardware-based attacks. Hardware Shield technology is designed to provide a hardware-based layer of protection against firmware attacks, rootkits, and other malicious software. Hardware Shield consists of 3 key security features: System Management Mode Protection, Boot Guard, and Protected Execution. System Management Mode Protection helps protect the system management mode, which is a privileged mode of operation that allows firmware to access system resources. SMM protection helps prevent unauthorized access to system resources by allowing only authorized firmware to execute in SMM mode. Boot Guard helps prevent unauthorized modification of the boot process. Boot Guard uses hardware-based verification to ensure that the firmware and the operating system are not tampered with during boot. This helps protect the system against bootkits and other types of malware that can compromise the boot process. Protected Execution provides hardware-based isolation for sensitive data and code. Protected Execution allows a processor to create a secure execution environment that is isolated from other processes and software on the system. This helps protect sensitive data and code from being accessed or compromised by malicious software. By using Hardware Shield, Intel processors are better protected against attacks that exploit vulnerabilities in the firmware or the boot process, which are common targets for attackers seeking to compromise a system. The 12th Gen Intel Core i7-12650H processor has 3 levels of cache: L1, L2, and L3. The L1 cache is the smallest and fastest cache, located on the processor itself. This processor has 48 kilobytes of L1 cache, divided into 32 kilobytes of instruction cache and 16 kilobytes of data cache. The L1 cache is used to store frequently accessed data and instructions, allowing the processor to access them quickly. The L2 cache is also located on the processor and is used to store data and instructions that are not frequently accessed, but still require fast access. The L2 cache is larger than the L1 cache. It has a capacity of 1.25 megabytes. The L3 cache is shared between all the cores in the processor and is used to store data and instructions that are accessed less frequently than those stored in the L1 and L2 caches. The L3 cache is the largest and slowest of the three caches, with a capacity of 12 megabytes. The purpose of all three caches is to improve the processor's performance by reducing the time required to access data and instructions. When the processor needs to access data or instructions, it first checks the L1 cache. If the data or instruction is not found there, it then checks the L2 cache. If it's still not found, the processor checks the L3 cache. If the data or instruction is not found in any of the caches, the processor must access it from the main memory, which is found in computer's hard drive. Even though modern computers use superfast solid-state drives, or SSDs, as hard drives, even these are much slower in communicating data to the CPU than the cache. This laptop comes with 16 GB of RAM. These 16 GB of RAM come in the form of two DDR5 sticks with 8 GB capacity each. The two RAM modules are already installed in the two DIMM slots. DDR5 memory modules are the latest generation of dynamic random access memory. Dynamic random access memory, or DRAM, is a type of computer memory that stores data and program instructions temporarily. It is called dynamic because it needs to be refreshed regularly to maintain its data, unlike other types of memory like ROM or flash memory. DRAM consists of a matrix of memory cells, each containing a capacitor and a transistor. The capacitor stores an electrical charge that represents a binary digit or bit of data. The transistor acts as a switch, allowing the processor to read and write data to the memory cell. DRAM is used as the working memory in computers and other digital devices. It is faster than other types of memory like hard disk drives or solid-state drives, but it is also more volatile. This means that data stored in DRAM is lost when power is turned off, making it unsuitable for long-term data storage. DRAM is also used in graphics cards, smartphones, and other devices that require high-speed memory. DRAM's performance is measured by its speed, which is expressed in megahertz or gigahertz. DRAM's performance is also measured by its latency, which is the time it takes to access a specific memory location. DDR5 stands for Double Data Rate 5. DDR5 is the latest generation of dynamic random access memory technology. DDR5 succeeds DDR4 memory modules and provides increased bandwidth over DDR4 memory. The increased bandwidth of DDR5 modules means that they can transfer more data per second than DDR4 modules. DDR5 has a theoretical maximum bandwidth of 76.8 GB per second, while DDR4 has a maximum bandwidth of 25.6 GB per second. Another advantage of DDR5 over DDR4 is its capacity. DDR5 has modules available in up to 64 GB of memory capacity, while DDR4 modules have a maximum of 32 GB memory capacity. Another great feature of DDR5 memory modules is that they operate at a lower voltage than DDR4 memory modules. This means that DDR5 memory modules consume less power and generate less heat. This is important for high-performance systems that require efficient cooling. Unlike DDR4 memory modules, DDR5 have improved error correction capabilities, which can help prevent data corruption and improve system stability. DDR5 uses advanced signaling techniques that allow for better communication between the memory controller and memory modules. This can help improve performance and reduce latency.
As we have already said, in this laptop there are two DDR5 sticks installed, each with 8 GB capacity. Since there is one 8 GB stick soldered, the other slot is upgradable, allowing users to replace that existing 8 GB RAM stick with a new 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB, or 64 GB single RAM module. So, it is possible to upgrade the system to a maximum of 72 GB of total RAM memory. You may upgrade RAM memory yourself. However, if you're not comfortable with computer hardware, it's best to have a technician upgrade your RAM for you, instead of attempting it yourself. Beside its memory capacity, expressed in gigabytes, another important characteristic of RAM is its memory speed, expressed in megahertz. The memory speed of the installed RAM modules is 4,800 MHz. The memory speed represents the number of times per second that the RAM can perform a read or write operation. This means that the RAM can perform up to 4.8 billion cycles per second. Such high memory speed means that the RAM can transfer data to and from the CPU faster, which can result in improved system performance, especially when running memory-intensive tasks such as 3D modeling, video editing, or gaming. This laptop comes with the solid-state hard drive with the storage capacity of 512 GB. The SSD uses NVMe technology that uses NAND flash memory to store data. NVMe stands for Non-Volatile Memory Express. NVMe is a protocol designed specifically for SSDs to improve performance and reduce latency. NVMe SSDs deliver much faster transfer speeds than traditional SATA-based SSDs, with some NVMe drives offering read speeds of over 7,000 megabytes per second. Because of their faster transfer speeds, NVMe SSDs are commonly used in high-performance computing applications such as gaming, video editing, 3D modeling, or virtual reality. The specific type of RAM used in this laptop is called M.2 NVMe SSD 2280. Now, let us define the M.2 in the name of this memory module. M.2 is a form factor for solid-state drives and other computer expansion cards. M.2 stands for Next Generation Form Factor. M.2, which was the original name of the specification when it was first introduced in year 2013. The name was later simplified to just M.2. M.2 SSDs are small and compact, and can be installed directly onto the motherboard's PCIe NVMe. The PCIe NVMe part of the name refers to the interface and protocol used by the SSD. PCIe stands for Peripheral Component Interconnect Express and represents the high-speed interface used for connecting hardware components. This laptop comes with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 graphics processor. This graphics processor comes with 6 GB of GDDR6 VRAM with the maximum processing speed of about 1400 MHz and the maximum power consumption of 105 watts. Let us here, one by one, define the terms GDDR, VRAM, and maximum power consumption. GDDR6 stands for Graphics Double Data Rate Version 6. GDDR6 is a type of high-speed memory used in graphics processing units. GDDR6 is specifically designed to handle the high bandwidth requirements of graphic-intensive applications, such as gaming, video editing, and 3D modeling. Compared to its predecessor GDDR5, GDDR6 offers higher data transfer rates and lower power consumption, making it a preferred choice for high-performance computing. Dedicated RAM for visual applications is called VRAM, which stands for Video Random Access Memory. VRAM is a type of memory used by a graphics processing unit to store and access visual data, such as textures, images, and video frames. This type of memory is separate from the computer's main system memory, or RAM, and is optimized for handling the complex and rapidly changing visual data required by modern computer games and other graphics-intensive applications. Having these 6 GB VRAM is important for storing and quickly accessing data related to graphical operations, such as textures, lighting, and geometry. Having a larger VRAM capacity can help improve the performance of the GPU when playing games or working with high-resolution graphics or videos. In this particular laptop model, you can upgrade the computer RAM only, but not the VRAM. The VRAM is set at 6 GB capacity. Max-Q is a term used by NVIDIA to refer to a design approach that optimizes the power consumption and performance of their graphics processors for use in thin and light laptops. Essentially, Max-Q GPUs are engineered to operate at their highest efficiency point with minimal power consumption, resulting in lower heat generation and quieter operation. This design approach allows laptop manufacturers to offer high-performance GPUs in slim and portable form factors without compromising on battery life or thermal management. So, in our laptop, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 with Max-Q has been optimized to operate within a maximum power consumption of 105 watts, which is suitable for use in thin and light laptops. The TGP/TDP of the laptop is 80 watts plus 25 watts with dynamic boost. Now, don't worry. We will not leave you guessing what these acronyms stand for. We will explain here the terms TGP, TDP, and dynamic boost. Total graphics power, or TGP, is a metric that refers to the maximum amount of power a laptop's graphics processing unit is allowed to consume under load. Total graphics power is typically expressed in watts and includes the power consumption of the GPU itself as well as any associated components, such as memory and voltage regulators. TGP is an important consideration for laptop buyers, particularly for those who plan to use their laptops for gaming or other graphics-intensive tasks. A higher TGP generally means better graphics performance, but it also means more power consumption and potentially reduced battery life. It is important to choose a laptop with a TGP that matches your performance needs while still being within your desired power consumption and battery life limits. Thermal design power, or TDP, is a measure of the maximum amount of heat a computer's central processing unit or graphics processing unit is expected to dissipate when running at full load. Thermal design power is typically expressed in watts and is used to inform system builders and end users about the level of cooling and power delivery required to maintain optimal performance and prevent damage due to overheating. TDP is not the same as the power consumption, as it only refers to the heat output, not the total power draw of the component. However, TDP is often used as a rough indicator of power consumption and performance, with higher TDP values generally indicating more powerful and/or higher clocked CPUs or GPUs. It's important to note that actual power consumption and heat output may vary depending on the specific workload and other factors, such as ambient temperature and cooling solution. In the case of the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 graphics card, the total graphics power, or TGP, or thermal design power, or TDP, is rated at 80 watts, with an additional 25 watts provided by dynamic boost. This means that the GPU can draw up to 105 watts of power during demanding tasks to deliver better performance. Dynamic boost is another feature that is exclusive to NVIDIA's RTX series graphics cards. Dynamic boost is a technology that allows the GPU to dynamically allocate power between the CPU and GPU based on the workload of the system. Essentially, dynamic boost allows the GPU to increase its power consumption temporarily to boost performance when the CPU is not using its full power. This can help to improve overall system performance in certain scenarios, such as when playing games or running other intensive applications. As we have explained so far, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 graphics card is a powerful and efficient graphics card designed for high-end gaming and content creation. Some of its most powerful features are Ampere architecture, ray tracing, deep learning super sampling, and virtual reality support. The RTX 3060 graphic card series are based on NVIDIA's latest Ampere architecture, which delivers faster clock speeds and improved power efficiency over previous generations. This graphic card also supports hardware-accelerated ray tracing. Ray tracing is a rendering technique that simulates the behavior of light in a 3D environment and allows for more realistic lighting, shadows, and reflections in games and other visually demanding applications. This graphic card also supports NVIDIA's deep learning super sampling technology, which uses artificial intelligence to improve image quality and overall visual performance. This graphic card is fully compatible with virtual reality headsets, allowing for immersive and high-fidelity VR experiences. The graphics processor in this laptop also features advanced MUX switch and Optimus technologies. AMUX switch is a hardware component that allows the user to manually switch between the Integrated Graphics Processing Unit, or iGPU, and the Dedicated Graphics Processing Unit, or DGPU. This can be useful for power management, as the iGPU consumes less power than the DGPU, which can improve battery life. Optimus, on the other hand, is a software solution developed by NVIDIA that automatically switches between the iGPU and the DGPU based on the demands of the workload. This allows the laptop to use the more powerful DGPU when necessary for graphics-intensive tasks like gaming or video editing, while still using the iGPU for less demanding tasks like web browsing or word processing. Optimus can help conserve battery life and improve overall system performance by using the appropriate GPU for the specific task at hand.
The monitor of this laptop has a 15.6-inch screen, resolution of 1920 by 1200 pixels, and the display refresh rate of 144 Hz, with 25 milliseconds LCD panel response time. 25 milliseconds response time of the panel is the amount of time it takes for a pixel to change from one color to another. A lower response time generally means smoother and clearer motion in fast-paced video content such as sports or action movies. A response time of 25 milliseconds is considered relatively slow by today's standards, with many LCD panels boasting response times of 5 milliseconds or less. The color gamut of the display is 62.5% sRGB. sRGB is a standard color space used in digital imaging and is the most commonly used color model on the web. When a laptop computer has 62.5% sRGB colors, it means that its display is capable of reproducing 62.5% of the total sRGB color gamut. This measurement is often used as a way to quantify the color accuracy and vibrancy of a display. In practical terms, a laptop with 62.5% sRGB colors may be suitable for everyday use such as web browsing, document editing, and casual gaming, but may not be ideal for color-sensitive work such as professional photo or video editing where accurate color representation is crucial. Professional photo or video editing would be better performed on a display with higher sRGB coverage, such as 100%, because of its wider range of colors and shades, resulting in more accurate and vibrant images. This laptop comes with a built-in webcam, which has a resolution of 1280 by 720 pixels. Audio features include Dolby Atmos, AI noise cancelling technology, high-res certification, built-in array microphone, and 2-speaker system. Most laptops today are sold with a pre-installed operating system. This laptop comes with the pre-installed Windows 11 Home operating system. This laptop is equipped with the Bluetooth 5.2 wireless connectivity. It also supports 802.11ax wireless standard, better known as Wi-Fi 6. This laptop comes with a range of ports for your peripheral devices. On the right side of the laptop, you will find the Kensington lock, a useful security feature to protect your laptop. Next to it is one port for the USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A connector. On the left side of the laptop, you will find the 3.5mm audio combo jack, another USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A connector, followed by the port for the 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C connector for DisplayPort 1.4 and PD 3.0 power delivery. DisplayPort supports maximum display resolution of 7680 by 4320 pixels at monitor refresh rate of 120 Hz. It may be used to connect up to 4 external displays. Next to it is one port for the Thunderbolt 4 connector, HDMI 2.0B port. Through this port, you could connect another display with the maximum resolution of 4096 by 2304 pixels at 60 Hz refresh rate. Next to it is RJ45 LAN connector. And finally, the hole to plug in the DC power adapter jack. This laptop comes with the standard integrated 4-cell lithium-ion battery. The capacity of the battery is 76 watt-hours. The standard Type-C 100-watt AC power adapter comes with the laptop, and it can handle input voltages between 110 and 240 volts and 50 to 60 Hz frequency. This power adapter converts the incoming higher voltages into 20 volts DC, under which standard laptops operate. On the right side of the laptop, there are 6 exhaust vents for hot air. And, on the left side, there are 5. Inside the laptop there are 5 heat pipes. The heat pipes are designed to efficiently transfer heat away from the motherboard and distribute it across the heatsink, where it can be dissipated by the fan. This helps to prevent the components from overheating and ensures optimal performance and stability of the laptop. The laptop's comprehensive cooling system includes 84-blade arc-flow fans. Arc-flow fans use varying thickness to reduce air collision and an anti-resonance design for high airflow. Anti-dust tunnels eject air through fan outlets that are visible on both sides of this laptop. Weighing in at just 4.41 pounds, and with the dimensions of 9.88 inches in length, 13.94 inches in width, and 0.81 inches in height. This ASUS TUF laptop can be easily carried around and used in many places. With its powerful processor, plenty of storage memory and RAM, along with the powerful graphics processor, this ASUS model may just be the perfect laptop for your needs. Thank you for watching our video about ASUS TUF 15 gaming laptop. How did you like our presentation? Please write down in the comments section below if you have any questions or suggestion related to the topic covered.